One rainy Halloween night, a group of teens thought to test their sense of fear by entering the long-abandoned house on the outskirts of their town. Long rumored to be haunted by demons, many spoke of uncanny sounds and apparitions. For decades, locals would tell each other to stay away from it, especially when the sun went down. That night, the teenagers, with flashlights in hand and nervous laughter, ventured inside, determined to prove that it was indeed only a myth. It was silent inside except for the creaks of the floor under their feet. Furniture was coated with dust and cobwebs were hanging in the dark corners of dimly lit rooms. And then, at the back of the wall, something on the surface caught their attention. Drawings, ominous renderings of a face with hollow eyes, wide lips, and a distressing, stretched smile. "It looks like Momo," someone whispered, a reference to the frightening internet character that was said to send disturbing messages. They brushed it off, laughing it off as a prank of some earlier trespassers. But then, without warning, their laughter subsided to a distant, slow tap-tapping through the house. They stopped dead in their tracks, listening, as the tapping crept from room to room. "Is somebody else here?" one of the teens whispered nervously as they scanned the room, one of their flashlights catching a glimpse of a figure in the corner of the room partly hidden in the shadows. The figure was tall, impossibly skinny, and the way its head slouched was so disturbing that they could have sworn it might be noticing him, unnervingly curious. It shifted a little to the side, and the same sickly eyes and stretched smile were staring back at them that they had seen in the sketch. The teens froze with fear as it slowly began to turn toward them, and a soft, eerie laugh filled the room, though the mouth didn't move. They ran to the door, panicked, but the figure beat him to it, appearing at the head of the staircase as if somehow teleported. It was teasing him, cocking its head to one side and then the other, its long fingers twitching in anticipation of their fear. One of the boys cried out to run to the back door. They pushed through the rooms, dashing in any direction towards a way out of there. They reached the back door, which somehow they pushed agape as if it stuck in its track. Now, they heard tapping again, fast and on their tail, that sounded like footsteps closing in. The air felt heavy, and they felt a cold presence right at their backsides. With a last push they opened the door and ran out into the open and not dared themselves to look back. They eventually stopped, panting and looking back. One of the girls turned her head to see through the darkness. She thought she was seeing the same figure standing in the window, watching him, with the same haunting smile on his lips. Trembling, they vowed not to return to that house, now convinced the stories weren't myths. As they were telling their story for others to listen to in town, the legend about the Momo House became so alive, with new rumors being that the figure appeared only on Halloween night to wait for anyone bold or stupid enough to enter. And each year, every Halloween since then, the house remained silent, holding its dark secret inside.